Welcome, everyone, to Wednesdays. What the hell? Don't touch our boats. There's a reason for that. Uh, yeah, if you come in and just view us, we don't have to worry about the word fuck or anything. Have to do anything stupid. But yeah,
This is our Fun X show.
yes. It took me a long while to do it, and Trey talked me into it. Let's do it on X. The other thing we might have to do is change the name to Angry Me Podcast. I was thinking about doing that here
Angry
lately.
Us. the angry we.
Just for YouTube. But I don't know. It's one of those things that no one can get the production right. So I'm just
We're all in Texas. Let's go angry y'all.
yeah. Well, I'm thinking about it.
So there might be a rebranding.
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking about just keeping it.
Well, also we need to make it to where our shows can be viewed, once they're done. Because right now
I can change the name on a lot of the stuff. Just like click on a thing, but it's just I don't know. I like the Angry Me production. So if anything, we can get like when we do our like t-shirts and whatever we thinking about later on. It's all Angry Me production. That's the whole reason we did that.
While we're waiting on Johnny to get here, he's cutting his grass right now. Why don't you get into some of the fun news that's transpired since last Tuesday?
Dude, this one's hilarious. And I want to get your thoughts on it as a cop, okay? Watch The Black Car.
And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included. Book now with Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust.
Now, as a cop, what would you say to that man?
Sorry, dude. Move. I mean, fuck. What do you want? Like, what would I say? I would say, haha, do you need an ambulance?
And here's another thing. Next thing I wanted to get your thoughts on recording people in public. Because we have like First Amendment, we can record in public. They can't in Texas. If it's a private conversations, they're not allowed to record. And the reason why I bring this up is there's a guy in my town, when I was sending my red dot in at the post office, and I just started recording. I was like, dude, what's up? Well, I'm recording her to make sure she does her job right. He goes to police stations, all kinds of places, and all he does is if they yell on him, he basically, oh, this bitch, look at her, blah blah blah. Now, another thing is when I talk, because I had to go back because I didn't get all my stuff right. I had to go back. Guy wasn't there, and I was like, hey, what was dude with the camera? Is it like a supervisor thing to where, federal? No, he just does that and puts it on YouTube. And if I yell or anything, how people are, sometimes people get all right. I was like, yeah, I do it all the time at work, only because it gets me a stress relief from the rest of the world.
Yeah, he's a First Amendment auditor.
Yeah.
Which basically, you asked what I think about him or what I think about recording in public. I think recording in public is protected by the First Amendment. Anything that you can see with your eyes from public roadways or public property, I'm not saying I agree with it or I like it. I'm saying it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's legal, it's protected. I may not like it, you may not like it, but if you're walking by my window and you're recording in my house, or like standing in my window trying to record inside, then yeah, we're gonna have a problem. But if
Well, that's
you're walking, if you're walking down the sidewalk and you're recording, I, I might not like you there, but there ain't really shit I can do about it other than get aggravated and most likely end up on your YouTube getting arrested.
yeah. But
But dude, these cops today need to get schooled up on this shit for
Yeah.
real. And these First Amendment auditors, dude, you see them more and more targeting like these little bumpkin towns with these good old boy sheriffs and sheriff deputies. That their daddy and their grandpa and their great grandpa was the town sheriff and the town judge and yada yada. And these are just good old boys that I don't even know how they got through the academy, but they come up and they're like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And start getting all crazy with these First Amendment auditors, and they end up getting themselves in binds because they're not educated on the law, and
Yeah.
it's really stupid, dude. It's almost crazy to say, but any department that doesn't have a social media officer today, one that's monitoring police trends, two that's monitoring social media for your known hood rats in your local jurisdiction because they post everything online. Um, and checking out these other videos to see if maybe there's something going on in a different part of the country that's not happening in your part of the country yet. Something that maybe you need to prepare for,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's just one of those changing with the times things. But the more that times change, the more everybody's got a camera, the more you're going to run into assholes like this that think they know everything. And a lot of these guys are very well educated on their constitutional rights, and they'll toe that fucking line, dude. They'll get to that line, and they won't step a millimeter over it, but they'll stand right on that motherfucker, like
Mhm.
just enough to like piss the cop off and make him do something stupid and violate a civil. Yeah, I guess quotes whatever. Yeah, they are, but I might be telling you, hey, you can't film here, but you're being a fucking butthole. Is what it boils down to. You're a butthole, and I don't like it, and that's how we gotta live with it.
Yeah. I just
So.
I don't know. It's one of those things that I agree with you. I totally agree with you what you're talking about there. And I looked up the laws to see if I could help that lady out because she was flabbergasted. It happened to her. It happens to her quite often with that guy, the same guy. And
Uh-oh. Think we got a Johnny.
yeah,
There he is.
There's been a Johnny sighting.
yeah. But I was trying to find something that could help her out, but Texas law is basically, as long as it's public, it's still First Amendment. But once it hits a private conversation, and I'm thinking that if I'm having a conversation about my mailing address that's going to XYZ, that's a private conversation. And that one is protected.
I don't know that that's protected in Texas, because if me and you are having a conversation and I record it, that's not illegal.
No,
Now,
it is illegal.
I can't.
As long as I agree and you agree, like, okay, this right.
No, you're wrong.
No, I looked it up.
It's as long as one party in the conversation is aware that it's being recorded, i.e., me, it's totally legal to record it. Now, what's illegal would be for you and Johnny to be sitting at a table at Waffle House and me to be sitting behind you recording y'all's conversation. But
Or-
me recording our conversation, a conversation between me and you that I'm involved in, I can do that with your permission or without it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, or if you're recording the conversation, you're the party that knows, you leave your device behind, and then somebody else comes in, then there's no parties that know that they're being recorded for that conversation, and it's not admissible.
Correct. Yeah.
We're just shitting all over David's parade today.
No,
I'm not even here a full 2 minutes.
And I hope all your college teams lost this weekend.
No, actually, you know what?
No, not
I
you,
was-
David.
Oh yeah, right.
But yeah, man, I thankfully back in the day, like I was a cop from 06 to 2012, 2011 or 2012. And it isn't, I only had to deal with it once. I dealt with it, and I remember the call, I remember the house, I could take you there right now. But it was this stupid ass old white lady that was calling because her neighbor's cat was coming over and pissing in her yard. And I asked her if she had proof of the cat peeing in the yard, and she didn't. I asked her if she had collected any evidence, and she hadn't. And I said, "Well, ma'am, what would you like me to do? Which cat is it? You know?" And she pulls out her phone and records. It starts recording me, and she's like, "Well, I'm recording it." Blah blah blah. You know, she starts giving me the whole spiel, and I'm like, "Look, there's nothing I could do for you. Yeah, my name's Trey Witzel. My badge number is 1393. Here you go. Have a great day." And I mean that was it. But if they're sitting there, they're trying to get a rise out of them. That's all they're trying to do. You got to get past that shit. You can't get aggravated with them.
Yeah.
I saw this video today. It made me chuckle because it's like you get these videos, these influencers, these rage baiters for police, right? And then just recording themselves. I know my rights. I don't have to identify myself. Well, yeah, you kind of fucking do. But
You have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion.
yeah, well, this guy he bought a bike, like a mini bike or something like that off of Temu or something. And he tore it down, took the motor out of it, and then hand built a frame around that, right? And I mean, the motor was it was an electric motor. And so it could only go like maybe 30 miles an hour.
Right.
And he ducked down onto a public roadway for just a second before he hopped back up on a sidewalk. Well, these cops were in the neighborhood. They pulled him over. They were like, "You don't even have any plates on this thing. Let me see some identification." He's like, "Yeah, sure, not a problem." And they were like, do you have any warrants out? You on probation, blah, blah, blah. He's like, "No, ma'am, I don't." And she's like, "Okay." And, you know, it looked like a routine stop because he had one of those 360 gimbal cameras on.
Mm-hmm.
And like she goes back to the car for just a second, doesn't even get to the car. She turns around. She's like, "I need you to step off the bike and I'm going to detain you while I'm checking all your information." He's like, "Okay." She's like, "Turn it all off." Right. Because she's just like dumbfounded. She doesn't know how to react. And there's like two other cars that pull up behind him. And so I duck into the comments and I'm like, "All right, so what's the internet trying to say?" And they're like, "They don't have anything to hold him on. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, see, this is how you're supposed to comply." You know, I mean, if he'd have given him grief, he probably would have gotten sent, you know, taken to jail that night.
No, he would have gotten shot. It's a woman cop.
No comment. But no, in each state is different. Like some states, those e-bikes have to be titled, some they don't. It's got to be, you know, it's got to go less than like 34 miles an hour or less.
Mhm.
It's got to be 50 cc's or less. You know, all kind of shit. And there again, that's police not knowing the law and just fucking fuck it. I'm gonna pull them over and we're gonna figure it out. No,
Yeah.
you do have to have a reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime's been committed. You know, these guys
Right.
Might be assholes, but they're not wrong. You
Yeah.
know, the cops got to know the law. You know, like it's not your job as a citizen to, or it's not right that you as a citizen know the law better than me as somebody who
Mhm.
enforces it for a living.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, and then when you get stopped, I mean, it doesn't matter content to character, doesn't matter color of skin, it doesn't matter previous record, it doesn't matter whatever. Just behave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for me, I mean, if I were the officer on scene, somebody's going out of their way to not comply, right? They're not providing identification, which isn't what, hindering an investigation, right? At best, maybe.
Hindering, obstruction, failure to
Yeah,
identify. It just depends
yeah,
on
failure to
what
identify. There you go. I mean, that's good for me. I mean, wouldn't that be probable cause enough? Because it's like, okay, why are you not? I mean, and like after 3 times of
Well,
them
no,
not,
because it's
failing.
I mean, if you've got them, if you've got probable cause to stop them,
Yeah,
then yeah, they have to identify. Otherwise they're breaking the law. It
right.
what Dave's talking about is, cops, some dude standing in the street recording the police station, and I made the reference to like these old hillbilly good old boys in the hills of Arkansas that won sheriff for the last 12 elections in a row. Go out there and confront this guy, even though the guy's being an asshole.
Right.
He's just there to stir shit. But this good old boy goes out there not knowing the law and ends up violating this dude's civil rights.
Yeah.
See, this is why we can't have nice things.
Nah, I'm fucking dude. I hate it. I'm
Oh.
glad that I'm honestly glad that cops have all the body cameras now. One, I think it weeds out a lot of the bad apples and keeps cops' integrity in check.
And it
And
protects the
two,
good ones.
yeah, it protects the good ones. And I find that criminals are less likely once because they know that everybody's got a body cam nowadays. Now you're always going to have those assholes that are going to resist arrest, with
Mhm.
or without violence. It doesn't matter. Some people are just going to decide that they don't want to go to jail that day. But
Right.
for the most part, when people see that camera, they start to, act a little different because oh shit, a judge and 12 people are going to see this.
Yeah, and just from, I mean, from the training aspect alone, those body cams are invaluable, or at least in my opinion. Because I mean, they can go back and they can watch the footage of it, and then be like, okay, then they can either critique themselves, or they can have an FTO, or they can have a sergeant, whatever. I mean, or the I guess the training cadre could go back and like say, hey, look, this is a textbook, or stop, this is a textbook arrest, and they can show, I guess, trainees, but like, hey, look, this is how it's supposed to be done.
Yep.
Because I mean, I got a buddy from the Army. He's actually a trainer now, up north from here. So, and I mean, he's got his own series out there on YouTube, and he's a CQB, type trainer, and I mean, he's doing some good work out there too. So, I mean, footage like that, and then footage from the field, for me, it's an invaluable resource.
All right.
Yeah, it's there's so many uses for it. Like you said, the field training officers going back and critiquing, high stress calls that
Mhm.
that rookie might not. Obviously, a rookie's not going to be used to being in that kind of situation, but you can go back, you can look at it later, and dude, you can watch them right there on the camera in the car.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to go download video anymore.
Yeah, because I
But
mean that stuff, it streams to the cloud now, and those recording
yeah.
devices, they come on whenever the light bar gets hit, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends. Back when I was there, I didn't have a body cam. All I had was a dash cam. Like it was a dash cam and a cabin cam.
Okay.
And anytime like my lights went to code 2, it would kick on. And then when I went, or no, I'm sorry. Uh, when I went to code 2, it would start recording, I believe. And then when I went to code 3, lights and sirens, it would it would record, but it would also like I think bump back like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that and save that to the hard drive.
Right.
So you can like back up and hear the call come out and go from there.
Yeah.
And then, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it's way cooler than that now. Like I said, that was I
Oh,
got out of law
yeah.
enforcement in 2012.
Body cams. I know that like the second that I think like the second you get out of the car, they come on. Because I mean, that's when you see the start of a lot of footage, is that when they're getting out of the vehicle.
Mm.
So I mean, for me, that's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
well, and sometimes you'll see it kick up like before they even get there. I think
Yeah.
it's the same thing. Like if they switch their lights and sirens on, the hard drive automatically goes back because that camera, as long as it's charged, that shit's
Mhm.
always recording.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like they even told us that with the WatchGuard cameras in our units, as long as your battery's not dead on your unit, that shit's always recording. So
Yeah.
perfect example. Perfect example. I just thought of this. I used to live on Highway 86 in New Iberia, and me and my ex-wife were both cops, and we were having my youngest son's birthday party one night, and had shit ton of family over, dude. Like, I'm talking 5 generations lived within 2 miles of each other, and everybody was at the house. Um, and coming, this dude comes barreling down the road. I'm sitting in the recliner in the living room facing this way. The front door is right here, and to my right, and I hear bloom, 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 and I just see freaking headlights and taillights, like red lights and yellow, red lights and white lights just spinning over each other in my front yard. And so our first thought, like we freak out, we're making sure all the kids are accounted for, and then we go out there. But my car was parked along the back fence, facing the back. I jumped in my unit, turned it on, hit my lights, and jumped up on the highway. And that camera picked up from before the car was ever turned on.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, I just thought about that. That's the only time I ever really had to use that feature. But yeah, that was kind of wild in the middle
Yeah.
of a birthday party, and dude, that was
Right.
damn near a fatal. It was like a double ejection. The shit was crazy. Somebody they
You know,
almost flew. It was like 30 yards, dude. They almost flew to my front door. Like it was crazy.
That's
off
weird.
topic. I've been, like everybody that's watched MLB on Apple TV is like, dude, the coverage is horrible. But their MLB Big Inning channel, it shows multiple games at the same time. Dude, I am loving this today.
ESPN's doing it now for college football on the app.
Yeah, yeah, I did notice
Sure.
that, but I'm like, they'll go to like high leverage situations. They'll play the audio from that, and then like right now, there's like 8 or 9 games going on at the same time. It's kind of fun. I'm like, okay. So of course, I was out doing yard work earlier today, and then once the sun went down, I went out there and finished. But which is why I was late tonight. But yeah, I've been back here just chilling, watching like baseball all day. It was great.
Dude,
But
I got
anyway,
hashtag blessed today, bro.
really,
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine. He knows that we're getting ready to close on a house. We're supposed to close Friday, but they got to go through and do the final VA appraisal walkthrough or whatever, and
Yeah.
so they're gonna do that Friday, and we'll close like early next week.
nice.
But we gotta be there for the walkthrough and all that crap. So,
Yeah,
um,
congratulations, man.
well, I appreciate it, man. It's a long time coming. It's about time I'm a grown up at 40.
Yeah, dude, trust me.
I'll be 40
Okay,
in a
so
couple weeks.
2 marriages, and it took me on try number 3 to
Yeah.
finally grow up and become a homeowner. Which
Right.
it's like, if you would have told me even so long as maybe 6-7 years ago that lawn care was a hobby, I would have laughed at you, dude.
Dude, I've been pricing out Troy built like combo kits from Lowe's and Home Depot and all that shit to
I know, man. I'm telling you, depending on the type of grass that you have, either Zoysia, fescue, or Bermuda, just straight up Bermuda, either Tiff Tough or Common or whatever, right?
Right now it's dry Texas brown.
Well, get you look at. I'll send you a couple of links in the group text for Texas Real Mowers, that they REEL.
Mhm.
They're pricey. I'm going to tell you that up front, but they're gas powered. I mean, they're old school, right? It's like a 9, and then they've got a 10 blade reel. Dude, depending on how high you set your height of cut, you could have either a putting green or you could have baseball outfield type grass.
Oh wow.
So I cut mine twice a week, and I'm edging it. I fertilize the crap out of it. I use weed killer. I use aluminum sulfate and baby shampoo. Actually, baby shampoo is a surfactant. So what it does is it breaks up the surface tension of the water and allows the moisture to get deeper into the soil.
Oh
Because
shit.
sometimes your soil can get so compacted that it becomes hydrophobic and you just get runoff, and that's where you get all the brown spots from. And so I've got a manual aerator that I go around and I punch holes in the soil, and I use baby shampoo with a hose end sprayer that I mix it in and just go out there and spray it. Liquid iron or chelated iron or chelated iron. I'm sorry. Let's see, what else do I do? Epsom salt with lavender, right? Like the crap that your wife puts in the bathtub, because
Yeah.
ants hate lavender.
Uh,
And so I'm out there with a spreader throwing Epsom salt out in the yard, and then I just go out there and water it in. Dude, it helps green up the yard just like liquid iron does. And I'm like, yeah, son, that's where it's at.
yeah, I'm gonna have to start with a good nice base coat of water and go from there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, go to Lowe's. You can find a good hose end sprayer for like $10. And like I said, I'll shoot you all the links to crap that I use. And then just take you some baby shampoo, like regular baby shampoo. It doesn't have to be Johnson & Johnson. You can throw store brand in there, like either Equate or whatever the HE brand or HEB brand, Hill County Fair or whatever, Hill Country Fair. Anyways, and you just water your yard with it, and it breaks up the surface tension of the water, and it gets deeper into your soil.
Huh.
Freaking amazing. I've got an engineer that lives down the street from me, and he's got like a $4,000 greens mower that he uses on his yard. That he told me about the baby shampoo, and plus on top of that, it makes your yard smell great for a little while.
I bet, dude.
So, but
No.
oh man, this past weekend, college football, dude.
Bro, it was fun, wasn't it? It was
I'm sitting there. I'm like, ooh, no. Oh, Ohio State. What are they doing?
It's the top 25 exposure week.
Julian
Yeah.
Sand is the first quarterback to win his first college start against an AP #1 team since Jim Harbaugh did it for Michigan back in '84.
Yeah, they probably took that from him with all these suspensions.
Right. Well, they don't. I mean, I don't. They don't have to vacate their title from last year though. So,
No.
but the Lions, Penn State didn't do anything. I mean, they were number 2. They're staying at number 2. LSU starting the year off at number 9,
Yep.
beating Clemson.
Biggest
Right?
biggest jump of the week, it looks like. But yeah, it was man, obviously homer
On the
pick,
road.
my favorite game. My favorite
I
game.
think I think if they would have started in Death Valley, I don't think that they would have had as big of a jump in the standings, because it would have been a home game for them, because they went into hostile territory. I think that win weighed more in the algorithm.
Dude, the greatest meme I saw after that game was somebody made one of Dabo running down the hill,
Yeah.
and like he's all full speed and shit, right at about the 20-yard line, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden just like a brick of LSU comes into the frame and just steamrolls him as he's running. But
Did you see? I think I put it in the Angry Me chat thread. Somebody had the Clemson coach on a stick, right? Like
with
a
the
big
corn
blow-up
dog?
head with the corn dog, LSU corn dog
Yeah.
going in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, yes, sir. The Georgia Bulldogs, they moved up one spot. I think that was by virtue of the fact that number 1 took a fall.
Oh, hold on.
but-
We can't just get past this. We got to talk about this call in the LSU game.
Okay, yeah. All right, go for
yeah.
You got to talk about that shit.
Dude, He was
That-
fucking in.
That was the worst call of the weekend by far.
Yeah.
You took 6 points off the board in a game that you got two potential national champions playing in, and it was a bullshit call. The dude caught the ball, had control, took 2 steps, knocked the fucking pylon over, and then fell to the ground. As far as I know, the ground can't cause a fucking fumble. The dude made a football move. He went towards the end zone. That ball was possessed. That ball was caught. Those points were scored. Those refs were blind. That was bullshit.
It was probably the
And-
same refs that said that Dez's catch wasn't a catch.
Dude, that was an SEC crew.
I know,
Like,
right?
what the fuck? I understand not wanting to show favoritism, but don't fuck anybody. Like, come on. Other than that, both teams played a great game, pretty clean. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can talk about Georgia.
Okay. Georgia, I mean, you knew that they were going to beat up on Marshall.
Yeah.
I mean, you just knew. The fact that they gave up 7 points to Marshall, run laps on Monday. Right.
I figured they give up 7, but that was it.
And this next game is gonna on Saturday. That's going to be another stat patter. I mean, they're playing Austin P University.
Yeah, that's
So, but I tell you,
let me get back.
in Miami, I was talking big shit about Miami last week. I will be the first one to admit it, because I was like, there ain't no way, because they've lost everybody, that they're going to beat Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
They beat Notre Dame.
Dude, that
They
was
beat
an
'em
awesome
by-
game.
Oh, dude, I was like, I'm sitting there watching that, and I'm like, are they going to do this? And as soon as that, I was like, oh man. And dude, what is it with the kids from Florida last weekend trying to do their best Odell Beckham Jr. impression? mean,
They're
what is
pulling off some good impressions. That's for
Dude,
damn sure.
I'm just like, yo. But 27-24, and they took down Notre Dame. I mean, like, Notre Dame.
I think
What
it's
about Notre Dame?
shit about Florida last week. So, I mean,
Well, okay, so when I
I'm always going to talk shit about Florida.
I talk shit about the University of Florida. I'm talking about the Gators, right? And yeah, I know I said that. We're on X. I can say what I want. So, like, oh, look at you doing your best, Lee Corso.
I'm going to finish the rest of the podcast in this helmet.
What I love about Lee Corso's head pick was the fact that his very first pick on College Game Day was OSU.
yeah.
So he full circle moment right there, and he was right.
Yeah.
And he was the only one to pick Florida State in their game against Alabama. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
and when Corso did it, it was kind of like you heard the gods saying, "Yep, Ohio State's going to win this game."
Right. Oregon moved up one spot from 7th to 6th. They beat Montana State 59-13. Okay.
Yeah. Congrats.
They had 12 different players with a rush and 10 different players with a reception. So to me, that screams second and third string got play time on opening day. So good for you.
You get a pass, and you get a pass, and you get a pass.
And this is going to be the part where I hope you pick up on it, Trey, but TU fell from number 1.
Yeah.
They fell from number 1. And we're going to get it in the comments. It's not TU, it's UT. I'm an Aggie fan. It's fucking TU, okay?
It's
Shut up.
Tex. It's TEX.
All right. So, but the Longhorns,
UT is in Tennessee.
right? Exactly. So I'm like, okay, it's going to be the coronation for Arch Manning. He's going to show off that he's got that genetic skill. All he managed to do was show that he was adopted.
Dude, he's got a weird ass throwing motion.
He's got an Uncle Rico mechanic. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm just like,
Well, there's people
like he was thinking he went into the day thinking Patrick Mahomes and left Uncle Rico. I mean, he's screaming in the tunnel after the game, crying. I'm like, all right, yeah, sure, fine. just you should have done that out there on the field, right? You got enough energy to do that in the tunnel. You should have done that outside.
Did you
But-
guys see the one I sent in the group where it was Eli and Peyton that were talking?
Yeah,
like
they were said,
they
yeah,
did-
he's adopted.
the
Yeah.
voiceover, and like, yeah, he's fucking adopted.
I love the one that I sent that, it's like, it was like Mission Impossible. He's pulling off the Arch Manning mask and it's Dak Prescott underneath.
Dude. And look, we're shitting on Arch, but I mean, the kid's a hell of a quarterback. He had a
Yeah,
shit
I mean,
day.
he's going to get his day. He's going to get his,
Yeah.
he's going to get his, he's going to get his bag. He's going to get his scalps. It's a one. There's no doubt in
Yeah.
that. But I mean, it's just, when the whole world is looking at you under a microscope and you fail to rise to the occasion, of course you're going to expect to get your fair share of the crap. But they're the 6th AP preseason number 1 to lose their season opener since 1990.
Yeah.
So
There was a lot of upsets, especially the Alabama Florida State game.
well, we're going to get to that. But the other 5 teams, there were 6 teams that have done it, but the other 5 teams rebounded. They all had good seasons. But Texas did not do themselves any favors by losing to Ohio State. Ohio State, and right up to the point where they hit that wall in Michigan, I don't see them letting go of that number 1 spot anytime soon.
Yeah.
But
Ohio-
It
Texas is
depends.
going to have they're going to have a decent scrimmage game this coming Saturday. They're playing San Jose State. So
Ohio lost a lot
I'm
of
about
their
to-
O last year through like graduation, but they didn't lose their defense, and the defense was like almost unmatched.
well, I mean, Ray Lewis will tell you, defense wins championships, son.
I can, yeah.
Not so fast, my friend. Talk about you don't think Ohio State's gonna give it up. I will say that if I think it is between Ohio State and LSU right now.
Mm-hmm.
If they do give it up, it would be the only way I think would be without losing would be to LSU, and that's only because LSU's done it before.
Yeah,
It's like when LSU gets a good season going, and this is not Homer, this is just what I've seen. When
Right.
LSU gets a good season going, the voters fucking vote for them, dude. They
Right.
when the year that we played Alabama in the championship, and I shit, they lost like was it 21-0 or some shit.
Right.
That year, both teams were undefeated. We passed them in the rankings. It was 2 versus 1,
Mhm.
and they got passed in the rankings for with no losses. That I've seen it happen with them, I think twice, and it wouldn't surprise me this year. But as far Penn State, I don't think Penn State would ever jump them, not with their schedule.
Yeah. Now with Clemson being ranked number 4 to start the season, they're in 8th right now.
Georgia
scored
could jump them
10
too
Yeah. Well,
without
Georgia,
a loss.
well, yeah, that's true. Because Georgia, once they get past, I think week 4, their strength of schedule goes through the roof.
Yeah.
So, but Clemson, they scored 10 or fewer points in 4 of its past 5 season openers. They're not doing themselves any favors. Now they're going to rebound. They're going to even the record next week because they're playing Troy. So that's a Powerpuff game. That's it's like you said, it's exposure week. Everybody's going to find out who's the pretenders, who's going to be the contenders. The
Troy's
Notre
a fuck
Dame-
around and find out team though.
They are.
Troy's always sleeper good, and they can always fuck up somebody's season. So if Clemson doesn't have their
it's
mind
like
right coming
Tarleton
off of that
State getting
loss,
paid. It's like Tarleton State getting paid $200,000 for the privilege of going up to West Point and beating Army in their home opener. I was
Yeah.
not happy at the end of that game. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Yeah.
dude. If Clemson don't have their mind right after that loss, they could very well fuck around and find out with Troy and end up 0-2, and that would be hilarious.
So the other team that I was watching, Texas A&M, they're going to come into the fold here in just a second, but Notre Dame fell 3 spots from number 6 to number 9 in the rankings after they lost to Miami They've lost 7 consecutive games on the road against Miami. I didn't realize that stat was a kind of a thing, but kind of makes sense now, right? So they're going into Miami and they're, doing
There was another thing that factored that in is the Notre Dame quarterback couldn't hear the plays, or he couldn't yell out the plays. That place,
it's possible. Now, Notre Dame is going to host Texas A&M next week, or this week. Next week on the 13th. So I guess they're getting a bye week this week. So, they've got to prep. Notre Dame is not nearly as loud as Kyle Field. I'm just going to put that out there right now. So, if he says that I couldn't hear the plays, that's on him. Go sit in that room, just like everybody else that's ever served this country, and pretend that you heard the beep and hit the button.
They were in Miami.
I know they were in Miami. I'm saying when they play their next game, they're playing it at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we tracking. All right. Good.
Yeah.
The South Carolina Gamecocks. They jumped up to number 10, so they cracked the top 10 after beating Virginia Tech 24-11. Shane Beamer 4-1 season openers with South Carolina. Good on him. They're playing a state game next week, so they're hosting South Carolina State. They're going to go 2-0. The Fighting Illini, like
surprising,
right? I mean, Illinois, the Fighting Illini. Do you think basketball, right? That's what I.
Yeah.
That's
a basketball school.
Right. They had a 49-point win last week, 52-3 against Western Illinois. Tony Romo's alumni. It's a second largest win margin in a season opener in the AP poll era, behind a 73-point win in 1944.
That's strange.
They're playing at Duke on Saturday. Duke's one of those
a basketball game.
Yeah,
it is. Duke's one of those don't sleep on them kind of a things. I mean, they're just annoying enough to stay in the game if you're not careful. So you guys want to stay in the top 15, you need to beat Duke. Arizona State they dropped from 11 to 12. They defeated Northern Arizona 38-19. But they're not. Yeah, no. They're going to lose. They're playing at Mississippi State on Saturday.
Yep. They got a line on that one yet?
Not. I'm not looking at the line yet, so you can probably find that. But
let me see. I'm not
the
seeing
Florida Gators. Even though they handedly sent Long Island University home with a 55-0 loss, they only jumped up 2 spots in the polls from 15 to 13. They held LIU to 86 total yards. So, either they were fans or they were alumni of LIU. Don't talk anymore. It's like, I mean, that's the fewest.
They had the hardest schedule this year.
They do. Yeah, they've got the hardest schedule. But it's the fewest the Gators have fewest yards the Gators have allowed since giving up just 53 to North Texas back in 2016. So now, I'm not saying that Florida is going to make a charge and they're going to relive their Tim Tebow days. That's not happening. Let's just cut through all the crap. That's not happening. Okay. Jesus in cleats is not a member of your student body. He is out of eligibility. Just like Tom Brady is not eligible for collegiate play.
I'm trying to go play for Belichick.
Yeah.
He needs it.
Did you see that meme? Hey Tom, how many years eligibility you got left?
Did you see the alias that they had come up with? It was like Bomb Trady or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on. But Florida State was not ranked. And not only were they not ranked, I mean, they were on nobody's radar. They became the first team since the AP poll preseason began to win a season opener versus a top 10 opponent following a 10 nothing loss or a 10 loss season. Right. So
I got a video of the best player at that game though.
their mascot. Oh, that guy? Yeah. Yeah. They could not cut away from him fast enough. Even with the delay, they could not cut away from him fast enough.
Yeah, I know.
Great. And
Okay.
you know that dude, when he got back to campus, he was probably like, you know, his buddies were like, dude, we saw you on ESPN. He's like, I don't fucking care, man.
Did you see Bert Kreischer's intro to the Florida State game?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't see it, David? Pull it up, play it.
All right.
Because dude, he's FSU, he's FSU alum.
Yeah, he's fucking Van Wilder. Like he's who the
Dude.
movie Van Wilder was based off of. He went to Florida State for what, 7 years?
Something like that. Dude, he was talking big shit about Alabama in that speech.
No, fuck Alabama. And they're 21 ranked ass.
Right? Florida State's going to play East Texas A&M on this Saturday. So, oh, here we go.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to come in here and roll over us today. Well, they have no idea what house they just rolled into. Campbell. This is the house that Bobby Bowden built. This is the house that Stormy drives every day. It was built on legacy. It was built on tradition. And it was built on family. This house was also built on championships. Never forget that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have only 2 words to say to you. Go Noles.
It's shitty that they cut away from him right when he was about to take his shirt off.
Huh?
I mean, as long as he didn't break into
They cut
that
away from
break-in-
Bert right as he ripped his shirt off.
I'm just glad that he didn't break, you know, he composed himself enough to not break into that stupid laugh that he has. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm like, oh,
The laugh drives me crazy.
dude. It's like the laugh track that you hear on TikTok. They overlaid on a ton of those videos. I'm like, oh.
Dude, when Jay Okerson was roasting him and he was like, you know, Bert gets up here and he does that joke where he says something dumb about one of his dumb daughters. And he goes, and then she, and like, dude, Jay does like the fucking perfect make fun of Bert like a retard impression. It's amazing. And I hate Jay Okerson. I don't like him. I don't like Legion of Skanks. But that shit was funny.
Right. Michigan dropped from number 14 to 15. Moving on. They're playing Oklahoma in Norman this coming Saturday. That'll be a fun game to watch. Iowa State started 22. They're 16. Defeated Kansas State 24-21. And let's see, that was week 0. And then beat South Dakota 55-7 in week 1. So they're 2-0.
2-0.
Saturday against Iowa. That's a home game for them. SMU dropped a spot from 16 to 17. They're playing Baylor on Saturday. Good
Dude,
for
the
them.
tickets for that Iowa State game are expensive.
Right?
Really?
$154 for that game.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, now if they were playing at Iowa, dude, they'd be even higher because the tradition that they started out there.
Yeah,
Everybody wants to be a part of that.
that's so cool
Oklahoma,
what they do.
they started 18. They're still at 18. They're hosting they're hosting Michigan, like I said, this Saturday. Okay. The 19th ranked Texas A&M Aggies. Okay. They're playing UTSA. Should have been an easy game. Should have been. I am not impressed. This is coming from an Aggie fan. I am not impressed with their quarterbacks or quarterback situation at all. Okay. Their starter comes in and dude, they didn't score their first offensive touchdown until like what, the second or third series. So I'm like, this is ridiculous, right? And then here comes their backup. I think it was like in the second half. Dude, he's lighting it up, both on the ground and with his arm. I'm just like, dude, well, how come he didn't start? I don't know, man. The defense. I tell you what, UTSA's running back. What is it? Henry Jr. Dude, that guy, absolute stud, right? I'm sitting there going, okay, he's got Derrick Henry's dreads. Okay. And he runs like Derrick Henry. I'm like, bro, like nobody could, I mean, like wrapping up on that guy. Nah, they weren't doing it. I don't know if I'm sure it's possible to do because they started to do it, but that was late in the game after he was already getting tired. I'm just like, good God. One thing that I did like about the offense from Texas A&M is Emmitt Smith's youngest kid is playing running back for Texas A&M, wearing the double deuce, left-handed, carrying the ball left-handed, just like his old man does. He's going to light things up once they get that run game going and established. But Casey Concepcion running that punt return back, boy, what a hell of a way to ingratiate yourself coming out of the portal to the Aggie faithful. That dude has got some speed, and it's ridiculous, right? I'm just like, how in the hell did A&M land that? But they're hosting Utah State Saturday, so we'll see what they can do with that. What blows my mind and aggravates me as an Aggie fan is the fact that they recruit well, and then they go out and they get good players from the portal, but it just like they can't do anything with them, right? I don't know if it's the offensive system or what. It just aggravates the crap out of me. I don't know. I would love to see A&M kind of break the cycle from that monotony of 8-win seasons. I'd like to see them break into double digits for a change. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, even if they do break into double digits and win 10, 11 games, they're still going to lose their bowl game because it's what they do.
We got a little bit of breaking news here. You talk about the transfer portal from Valdosta State. Just had a guy named Dom Grady that transferred over to North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's a 50-year-old freshman. Yeah, tall kid, hell of a jawline.
It's all about family, right?
I'm anxious to see what fucking Valdosta State. That's wild. Okay. Anyway, you were saying?
He's probably got the same shoulder pads he's had since high school.
Apparently,
Ole Miss. Go ahead.
Apparently, a lot of people are pissed off that Red Zone has commercials now.
And
I saw that, but I've always been too poor to have Red Zone, so it didn't affect me at all.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
That's all that's in my feed right now. Is Red Zone ads.
I'm more concerned about Stream East getting shut down, to be honest.
Here's the thing about NFL Red Zone. Boo fucking who? And here's why. MLB premium package and blackout restrictions. That's all I got to say. So you ain't spouting any kind of hatred that I haven't already heard and or experienced and said myself over the course of the last couple of years. So welcome to the gun debate. I mean, for Christ's sake, shut up. God. Anyways. I'm going to just get roasted on that one. They're going to be like, this motherfucker. Like, yeah, okay. Come at me, bro. I don't give a shit. Anyways.
Did we cover the whole top 25?
We're getting there. Ole Miss is jumped up one spot from 21 to 20. They're playing at Kentucky on Saturday. The Alabama Crimson, roll your sister over Tide. Man, seeing Danger Nunley on TikTok, he goes, "This is the only time I've ever left an Alabama game early." Oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, it was not pretty.
like, okay, bud, because he lives in Florida, so and of course, he's all Alabama Roll Tide, right?
Oh yeah, that dude doesn't
he's
wear
like-
anything but Harley or Alabama.
Right. So he took all of his kids. He's got one kid that wore a Florida State jersey to the game, but they took a party bus to the game.
That's
And he
awesome.
was like, "Yeah," he goes, "This is the only time I've ever left an Alabama game early." That was embarrassing.
I saw he made a post that he just got his DD 214 in. So
Yeah, and he was offered partnership at the Harley Davidson dealership.
that's awesome. I know he was
It's
doing the
his-
skill bridge thing over there.
Yeah, the
like
skill
his
bridge
last
thing.
6
Yeah,
months.
he did this video where he goes and he like leaves his jacket in the boss's room in the manager's office, and he's like, "Why don't you hang on to that, man? I got an idea," right? And he's like, "Tomorrow," right? So they did the video. They're sitting there having this impromptu conversation. He's like, "Hey, man, want you just become partner here?" He's like, "You mean like part owner?" He goes, "Yeah." Small, but yeah, part owner. He's like, "Say less," right? So yeah, good for him.
That's awesome. Well, good for him, man.
Yeah,
He
right.
seems like a really good dude.
Yeah, he does. He does seem like a good dude.
From what Chino says, he rubbed Chino the wrong way. But I was watching one of Justin's podcasts, and he's like, "Yeah, I rub people the wrong way because I'm annoying as fuck. I like, twisting the dagger a little bit."
I can appreciate that as somebody who's kind of aggravating as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, just bring the ruckus, man. But the Alabama Crimson Tide fell from number 8. They are 21. Ooh,
Damn.
yeah.
Still not old enough to fuck their sister.
Now, here's the thing. This was Alabama's first season opening loss since 2001. Now, the Tide's 23-game winning streak in openers was the second longest in FBS, up behind Ohio State's 26. The loss also snapped Alabama's 54-game winning streak against unranked non-conference opponents. The last such loss was against UL Monroe in 2007. Guess who they're
playing this
Saturday?
weekend?
UL Monroe.
And that's another one that, dude,
Right?
those Sunbelt Conference teams can be motherfuckers.
Yep, they can. Tennessee. Boy. That game kind of looked a little rocky for a minute. Yes, pun intended. They jumped up 2 spots from 24 to 22. Joey Aguilar, their quarterback, 247 passing yards and 3 scores. Good on him, right? They're playing East Tennessee State. That'll be a stat patter.
But his completion percentage was only like barely above 50%.
Yeah, I mean, work on your accuracy, kid. But having fast receivers is kind of a premium. But anyhow, Indiana, the Hoosiers, they dropped 3 spots from 20 to 23. They defeated Old Dominion 27-14, and they are hosting Kennesaw State on Saturday. The Red Raiders, Texas Tech. And if you're not dodging lightning bolts or tortillas that are being thrown from the stands.
I do like the tortilla thing, dude. I'm a fan.
They beat Arkansas Pine Bluff 67-7 last week. So it's a 60-point win, was the largest margin in a season opener since 1927. Back when they used to play like 6-man high school teams for the opener. But they're hosting Kent State. Now, for those of you who are students of history, Kent State, I've got a word of advice for you. Sage advice, if you will. Leave your dandelions at home and don't stick them in the barrels of the weapons from people in Texas. It didn't end well the last time. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
It's so dark. That's it's too soon. Shut up. That happened back in the 60s.
Don't invite the National Guard to the game.
Yeah. Don't. But don't worry, because, unlike other states who can't manage their crime rates, Texas DPS has got that shit on lock.
Do you think Kent State still does like the salute to veterans games and shit?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
The previously unranked Utah Utes. That screams
Who do
Mormon
you?
right there, right? That screams Mormon, right? You know,
Yeah.
they're like, okay, what kind of, you know,
So
they used up
nice
all
they
their
named it
creativity.
twice.
They used up all their creativity on things like you can't have coffee or tea, but you can drink the fuck out of some soda.
Dude,
You
those
know, your
players are
husbands can be
soaking
gay, but
so
your
hard.
wives have to be like good women, right? Like, oh, what are we going to call our college team? I don't know. And it was probably some jackass from New Jersey, right? He just got done watching My Cousin Vinny. He's probably like, what about the Utes? Like, did you say Utes? Yeah, Utes. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. Previously unranked Utah Utes are now 25th in the nation after they beat UCLA 43-10. Wow. UCLA, not the powerhouse that we all remember back in the 90s and
the
early
UCLA
2000s.
trash pandas.
They are hosting Cal Poly on Saturday. Cal Poly, you know what? Just do everybody in the nation a favor. Beat
Please.
Utah and drop them back into non-ranked, status. We might bump you up to 26th if you do it. We're not making any promises here. Oh boy. Yeah.
What is it? Oh, okay. I got a draft coming up here in 30 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going. Oh, Dan Wetzel. Look at this. Byline, ESPN.com. This was dated yesterday, so I'm just going to read this real quick. 2025 college football season our off season was dominated by a couple of names out of recent NFL glory: Manning, Belichick. The combination of Coach Bill Belichick and quarterbacks Peyton and Eli Manning won 10 of the 18 Super Bowls from 2001 to 2019, often going through each other to get there. Now, Belichick, 73, was trying to reinvent himself as a college coach at North Carolina. Meanwhile, Arch Manning, Eli and Peyton's 21-year-old nephew, was set to take over at Texas as the next generation of the family business quarterbacking. The hype was breathless. The expectations were considerable. I was like this. Then reality hit across Labor Day weekend, leaving the fawning media and preseason predictions to deal with incompletions, interceptions, and an avalanche of public scorn. I'm going to leave it right there. That is beautiful. That is articulate. That is beautiful. You say what you want about Bill Belichick, right? Guy is a defensive genius when he's running defenses, right? When he's got an offensive coordinator and a quarterback that knows what the hell they're doing. We're looking at you, Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick is one of the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice what happened when Tom Brady left New England.
Yep. Belichick's going to have to find a game manager every year for the rest of his career.
Uh-huh.
Well, I watched the Rich Freeman show with Bill Burr today, and that was the first thing. It was like, hey, what about the North Carolina football team? And Bill Burr was like agitated about it. He was like, he was doing his act, basically. Yeah. But he made a good point. Is like, just because he decided to retire in North Carolina and still coach college football doesn't take away his NFL career.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're going to come at him and everything. He's retired. And if you don't think that's retirement for him. He's like, hey, I want to hang out, teach a little bit of football, and see how it goes. He's not there to win championships. If he does, it'll be awesome. But he's there to relax and have sex with his 23-year-old girlfriend. So,
well,
somebody said, I don't know if it's
Go ahead.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw a meme today that said the score of the game this week was 41-7, which coincidentally, when Bill Belichick was 40 years old or 41 years old, his girlfriend was 7. So
I saw another meme that said that she decided to enter the transfer portal after that game.
mm,
Oh, okay. So you were asking about lines. Talking about Texas hosting San Jose State. They are a 36.5-point favorite on them. Over under on that is 52.5. Penn State, they've got a 42.5-point favorite on their game. Let me see here. They're not even bothering with the over or with the spread on Florida State. Let me see here. Something that kind of jumps out at me here.
a lot of these will probably pop up closer to game time too.
And honestly, here, let me see here. Texas A&M, they're hosting Utah State this Saturday. They're 31.5-point favorites. Over under is 54.5. They need to beat that spread if they want to even remotely be taken seriously going into the Notre Dame game. Their offense needs to use this game as a basically a practice session to figure it out. They got to figure out their timing. Oh, because they're not going to be able to rely on that crowd noise when they go up there at all. So,
Right.
But yeah, Ohio State, they don't have. They're hosting Grambling.
There ain't gonna be odds on that.
Right. Let me see here. Oregon's favorited in that game against Oklahoma State, 29.5 points. I think that's kind of generous. Because the Cowboys up there, I'm telling you, dude, they're sneaky. I mean, but Clemson's favored in their game against Troy, 33.5 points. Oh, I'd love to see Clemson fall. That would be hilarious.
What's the do they have a plus minus on it?
Yeah. Well, the over under on it is 51.5, but Clemson's 33.5 point favorites on that game.
But they're not doing minus 200 plus
No.
400 or anything.
No, I'm
Okay.
looking at the ESPN spread. So,
Let me go to my bookie.
They don't have Tennessee. They don't have a spread on it. Missouri is a 6.5 point favorite over Kansas. Okay. Let me see here. I'm looking. Miami does not have a spread, which is okay. They're playing Bethune-Cookman. Okay. Army.
I've got my bookie pulled up too, so let me know if you can't find it. I'll look on here.
Yeah, Army at Kansas State. Kansas State is favored by 17.5 points. I'm inclined to believe that. Because with the Army Black Knights, I mean, dude, I pull for West Point all day, right? But their offense, dude, I'm telling you, I love their coach. I do. They just need to start learning how to do something besides the triple option because it does not work. I mean, it has its moments as like a check down type offense, but they just I know that they're not recruiting the best athletes in the country because everybody's trying to chase that bag going pro, and these are kids who are out there just earning a commission so they can go serve their country. Great. I respect the fuck out of that. But they need to figure out another type of offense beside the triple option. It's just so overplayed.
Them in Air Force, dude. That's what we're doing.
That and Navy does the same thing.
Yep.
So
wishbones and triple options.
Yeah. Houston is going to Rice. So basically they're taking a bus across town.
Rice gravy.
And they are 13.5 point favorites. The over under on it is 13 or 39.5. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of generous for them to think that Rice is going to score that many points.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Oh, this is going to be interesting for you. LSU is 37.5 point favorites over Louisiana Tech.
I think they'll cover. I think it's going to get out of hand. I'm not showing anything on my bookie for plus or minus.
Over under is 51.5 though.
Yeah, it's that one's going to be a little rowdy.
Yeah.
Um,
This is interesting. Okay,
Phew.
so Arizona State going into Mississippi State, they're 6.5 point favorites on the road. Over under on that game is 59.5.
huh.
So they're looking for that game to be just a barn burner right there, like an offensive shootout. Like I said, I would love to see Mississippi State's defense just decide to stand up and play for a change. That'd be the game to do it. Michigan
don't
is
ever know
actually
with
not favored in this game against Oklahoma. They're because Oklahoma's 5.5 point favorites.
I've got them at -5 right now on my bookie. You got the over under at 45?
44.5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Ugh. I'd probably take Michigan in that.
Yeah. Sometimes you look at these lines, right? And you're like, I think your crystal ball's a little cloudy. Alabama is a 36.5 point favorite over UL Monroe. They're saying the over under is 50.5. I think it's going to be closer than that.
I'd take the under.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about the under. I'd probably take Monroe in the points. I think
wonder what the
Monroe will keep it
odds-
within 5 touchdowns.
Oh, you think it's going to be that brutal, huh?
Well, I mean, the spread is 37.5. 35
Yeah.
points is 5 touchdowns. So
Yeah. But
they're saying they're going to win by 5 and a field goal.
yeah. So okay. So here's the thing. UL Monroe, if you win any game at all this year, let it be this one.
Please let it be
Sure.
this one.
Let it be this one. The country is rooting for you. It's like those maps, those memes, this portion of the country is rooting for this team to win, and then you've got the rest of the country.
Dude, we'll let you join the SEC. We'll get rid of Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they can drop anchor right there and become an independent, just like Notre Dame. Let's just face it. No, Vanderbilt. The running joke when I lived in Nashville, the running joke was that Vanderbilt was the Ivy League school of the SEC.
Yeah.
Just let them join the Ivy League. Just let them do it.
Dude, has Akron always been the Zips?
Hold on. Yeah, you know what? That just by their name alone, I want them to win. Because next week I want to be able to come on and go, yeah, the Akron Zips took care of business in Nebraska. The Zips,
Just like World War II, you had the Zips versus the Cornhuskers.
Oh, yes.
Oh, did you see that Texas Southern University tuba player?
No.
Dude, check this out.
I like a good tuba player video.
Oh yeah, I saw that video. Yeah, like
where he
kind of
punched
a
that dude.
dude-
Yeah.
what kind of a douchebag do you have to be to have beef with a tuba player
Yeah.
and then get your ass beat by that tuba player?
And
Dude, I
then
hope
playing.
that kid started playing the VeggieTales song after that. Womp, womp, womp,
Now,
womp.
to the guy that got beat, his defense, the tuba player did have the high ground.
Trey won't get that reference.
I mean, he did have the high ground.
I mean, that dude was supposed to be the chosen one. It was supposed to bring order to the band and not try to destroy them, and he ended up getting left. I mean, dude, right?
It was terrible.
In true fashion, somebody had to come pick that dude's body up from the low ground and just get him out of there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Uh,
Yes, sir. Okay.
okay, I got two things that won't take that long. I'm gonna do the quick one first. This is
I saw you name the episode "Don't Touch Our Boats."
Yeah.
We gonna show the Venezuelan video?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the drug boats.
Makes my wiener stiff.
okay.
That
so
doesn't. That does not make my
Oh.
wiener stiff. That's not what I was talking about.
5 minutes later.
That's funny.
I'm sorry.
Y'all need to stop testing me. Stop testing me.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get the fuck, wrong thing.
While you're pulling that up, like, yeah, okay. So my niece is now like she's almost 4 months old, so she's just looking around. She's being more vocal, and she's recognizing like things that like hold her attention, kind of a thing. And so, that my youngest was wanting to put SpongeBob on the TV, and I was like, no. Oh, wife looks at me and goes, my boys watch SpongeBob. I said, my kids watch SpongeBob too, so did I. But there's studies out there that show for every 10 minutes that you spend watching SpongeBob, you lose an IQ point. I want her to have a fighting chance.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Y'all want to go ahead and end this thing? I got a league commissioner blowing up my phone.
Yeah, let's get him out of here. Let's get out of here. Turn on the ugly lights. You ain't got to go home, folks, but you can't fucking stay here.
Let me get the
Yeah.
Hell no.
toilet boat real quick. That
Bravo 6 going dark. I would fucking just, yeah.
This makes my heart happy.
Hey, you heard the cartels were like, yeah, we're going to start putting hostages in the boats.
then we're gonna have a lot of dead hostages.
It's like, really? You know, I don't think that that's a good PR move. Like, oh, we're going to make the American military look bad because they're killing innocent civilians. Like, no, we're sinking a bunch of mules out in the Caribbean. Like, just don't. Like,
Well, everybody, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Check us again next week while we're all together talking about college ball and other stuff that we find on the internet. And thank you all. Goodbye.
oh, like, okay. Hey, he's David. I'm Johnny. And